Hello, this is Bern, and on today's episode, I'm going to share with you why the man who's pursuing you, the man you're into, the man who's into you, does not seem to understand you, and what you can do about it right now. Hello, this is Bern. Welcome to another edition of BernMendez.com, space where I share with ambitious, conscious, heart-centered, and successful women how to attract the kind of man you want and step into the best relationship of your life so far through being the most alive, the most feminine, and the most conscious version of you. Now, I hear from many women around the world who have problems having the men they're into or the men who are into them or both understand them, really get a chance to feel and emotionally understand what they're going through so that new actions can be taken, level of feeling and being seen can take place. Now, if you are this person, if you're this woman, you are with a man who doesn't seem to get it. You have conversations, you have arguments, you express certain things and he still doesn't get it, and the actions that you're intending to take place don't take place. I'm gonna give you 4 steps in order of chronological order and how they can happen so you can A, change your behavior, and if it's not your behavior, understand that maybe it's him, but don't discount the fact that it may not be him at the beginning. So I'm going to give you an analogy so make sure that you understand this. So I'm going to talk about stage number 1. At stage number 1, the man you're interested in or who's interested in you doesn't get you, doesn't understand you because you are not understanding specifically what you're feeling and what you want. In this example, imagine you go to a party with a guy who's dating you. And in that party, you feel weird. You feel maybe not seen as much. Maybe you're not sure what it was, but by the time you leave the party, you have a feeling of being hurt and you don't understand what it is. So this is important because if you don't understand how you're feeling and all he gets from you is like, she's acting weird. Maybe she's hurt, maybe she's upset, maybe something else is happening, it has nothing to do with me, but you don't feel it, you don't understand it, you don't bring it to his attention, there is no way he can change that. So that would be, for him to change, he would have to be the best mind reader in the planet. And most men, you probably have realized by now, are not that. So stage number 2. Stage number 2 of the development of why a guy may not understand you is imagine that you understand more of what's going in right now, what's taking place, but you don't feel able or don't feel courageous enough or don't feel safe enough to express it to him. So stage number 2 is on that same party, instead of you feeling something happened, you understand exactly what happened. You saw him flirting with 2 women who are not you in a way that you felt disrespectful. But you feel, if you were to talk to him about it, he feel you're needy, or he feel that you're weird, or he feel like you're putting pressure on him. So you don't bring it up. But unlike the first example where you feel weird, don't know what's happening, here you understand it, you just can't express it yet. So that's stage number 2. Stage number 3 of why he may not be understanding you is imagine that you have the clarity of what's going on and you want to express it to him. But when you express it to him, you talk in indirects. You talk in nuance. You talk in hints. You set a little trick for him, or maybe a test. Instead of saying, I'm upset with you, you act upset. And you hope that if you act upset, he's gonna ask you what's going on. But if he doesn't ask you what's going on, then you feel even more upset because he didn't recognize and read that you were upset. So it's a vicious cycle. So again, recap. Stage 3 is where you are expressing yourself in a way that is not optimal for him to understand you. Same party, you now are upset, you're driving back home. And here's where you could, from the bottom of your heart, say, hey, I know we're not boyfriend-girlfriend. I just want to share something that happened tonight that made me feel a little weird. Is that okay? And he says, sure, it's okay. Well, when I arrived to the party and I went to the bathroom and I came back, I saw you flirting in a way that seemed excessive with a couple of women. And I felt weird. I felt like slightly disrespected. So I'm not trying to put any pressure on you. I'm not trying to say that you're wrong for doing it. I'm just sharing with you that it hurt me and that that's not the kind of thing I want to experience in the future. So if that's something that's part of who you are, feel free to continue. It's just not going to be with me. Tell me what you think. So you're not coming from a place of accusing him, making him wrong, saying he's an a-hole. You're saying, here's how I feel, here's what took place. Please share it with me if you see it differently. Okay? So that would be a good way to express it. But imagine that instead of saying that, on the way back, you share something with him like a joke. And the joke would be something like, yeah, I'm happy to see that you found a new girlfriend. So that would be like a passive-aggressive way of diverting attention from what's important, not being clear and courageous and vulnerable enough to say what you mean, and him potentially not treating you with a level of respect or consciousness that you need. Two different ways of expressing something. So here's the fourth stage, okay? Fourth stage means that you are someone who understands what's going on. You are able to tell it to yourself. You're able to say it to him, not just say it to him in a way that's powerful, like the example I gave you. Now, if you're doing the steps and the man still doesn't get it, he doesn't understand it, he doesn't want to change his behavior, then the reason why he may not understand you is because he's the wrong man for you. But notice what I'm doing right now. Rather than saying if the guy doesn't get you, he's wrong for you, I'm actually putting the responsibility within you to understand if you're clearly, vulnerably, and powerfully expressing your needs, giving him a chance to respond, and only when he can't respond, then understand that it's not you, that it's him. So if you find this is helpful, meaningful, and insightful to you, I'm gonna ask you to do one thing. On the first link on the description of this video, you're going to find a way for you to access a free class that I created that's gonna show you more specific details as to how you can attract the kind of man you want. If you find that this video is helpful to you, make sure to like it or a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can benefit of new episodes. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for receiving me in your heart, in your home, in your phone, wherever you are. All my power to you. Thank you so much. One more thing, if you do want to get help, if you feel that the videos are great but you want more specific hand-holding, you will also find on the description of this video a way to apply to work together. Have an amazing day.